and we have labored to elaborate these on various occasions. The last time I was here at Parliament, our parliamentary front was launching its legislative agenda. We are again here to highlight some of our policy alternatives and proposals that we would, use to usher Uganda into a new opening. Unfortunately, the guns have not allowed us have that opportunity, but we still believe that we'll have that opportunity. I want to thank you for today, Right Honorable Leader of Opposition and your team for this. Ladies and gentlemen, as you've heard, our alternative budget proposals are rooted in the principles of universal human rights and equality. Human rights are not a luxury, ladies and gentlemen. It is a fundamental aspect of human dignity that should be respected and protected in all aspects of life, including economic policy. We believe that every Ugandan deserves the opportunity to succeed, regardless of their background or the circumstances. We believe that it is possible to build a Uganda that works for everybody, not just a select few. The human rights approach is centered on the idea that economic policies should prioritize the rights and well-being of all people, especially the vulnerable ones. Unfortunately, here in Uganda, that is not the case. The Ugandan economy, as you all know, is characterized by gross corruption, inequality, and lack of opportunities for the majority of our people. Wealth and power are concentrated in the hands of a small group, and that is why we need an alternative budget which truly represents and prioritizes the needs and aspirations of all Ugandans, not just the few that hold power and influence. The alternative budget is not just a collection of numbers and figures. It is indeed a reflection of the values that we hold so dear as a party and as a team. Our national budget must prioritize the investments in sectors that will create jobs, that will improve people's livelihoods, and will enhance economic growth. Special attention should be given to health and education, and of course social protection programs that will benefit the ordinary Ugandans. We must invest in health care to ensure that every Ugandan has access to quality and affordable health care services for the purposes of increasing their productivity. Our health care workers and teachers must be paid and paid well. We must focus on creating an environment that is conducive for business growth, job creation, and all other developments. This requires deliberate investment in infrastructure, including roads, railways, and yes, the energy sector. We must reduce the burden of taxes and regulations on small and medium-sized businesses. Otherwise, we shouldn't expect peace in a country where young people are broke, are unemployed, and are hopeless. We must ensure that everyone has access to resources that they need to succeed in life. And this means investing in social protection programs such as universal health care and social security. Last year, ladies and gentlemen, this Parliament passed the National Health Insurance Scheme Bill, but up to now, the bill has not yet become law. It is a shame that 61 years after independence, we still rely on the foreign development partners to meet 41% of our health expenditure. The government of Uganda caters for only 16% and leaves the big burden to the ordinary citizen. We do not have a national health insurance scheme in place. The available health insurance plans are almost all private schemes, and yet even then they cover less than 2% of the population. Now, I did not say they cover 2% of the population. I said they cover less than 2% of the population. I believe many of you, if not all of you, have been following the scandal at NSSF. Over 14 trillion shillings of private employee savings is at risk of being stolen because of greed. And of course, it's being stolen by those that have power and influence. The situation is even worse at the police officers' circle, the Exodus circle, and the military officers' circle, the Wazalendo circle. The low-ranking officers find it almost impossible to access the savings